Hi there, I am the CRM Ninja, and on today's episode of the Oops Factor, I have Angelique Grootenboer. Welcome to the show, Angelique.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me join you in the Oops Factor.
It's great. In fact, I can see that our backgrounds are synchronized because we both have Lego.
Yes. I mean, I love Lego to build and stuff like that, so it was an easy choice to make.
I was wondering, see, the dilemma that I had, because obviously I'm going to ask you about Lego because I've got Lego in my background, but the dilemma that I had was which Lego picture to pick. There were just so many of them.
Yes, there is. There's too many of them, maybe, but all Lego is fun to have or
Well,
build.
Lego is fun to have. How did you get into Lego to begin with?
Last year, my husband went yeah, I have a lot of meetups coming on, and I have a lot of traveling. So let's buy some Lego. But so he bought for me the Volkswagen van, and for himself the Mustang. And I told him, you don't get the Mustang. I will pick that one for me. And this was my first Lego build ever. And also this was all before the lockdowns of the pandemic.
Right.
So during the pandemic, I went a little bit crazy with Lego.
So to get this clear, your husband, Eldert, who we all love and adore,
Yes.
said he's got lots of traveling he needs to do. And therefore, to make it up to you, because he's not going to be there, he's going to buy you Lego.
Yes. So
some people say that's quite a good deal. You get peace and quiet and you get to be able to build things.
Yes, indeed. I was happy with it. Then I was like, yeah, I can do that. I love to travel also, but yeah, I need also work. So that was like, yeah, to compensate it, you have here a Lego set. I said, yes, cool.
So when lockdown began, and it turned out that that was not going to be traveling, but you still had the Lego, were you slightly less excited that he would have to be there as well?
No, of course not. I was like, yeah, I will build this. I'll test it out. And I loved it because it was my first real Lego set I built on my own. At school, I had the sets or the normal school built sets. That, but I never went full in there. So that was my first real set that I built. I was like, yeah, I can do this. I find this fun.
And this was like a year and a half ago. So
yeah,
18 to 20 months on, how many sets have you been through?
How many? Oh my gosh.
Round figure, you know, to the nearest one, 500.
I think about 40, 50, 40 something. I think I need to count them. I don't know for sure.
You could build a Lego an app to track your Lego creations. Just a thought.
Yeah, I could do that. Great thought. Not thought about that. So.
and of all of your Lego sets that you have, which one is your favorite one? The most favorite one, because obviously they're all favorites.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I don't really have favorite, but I love to build our cars. Like all the Porsche, Mustang, Dodge and stuff. All the cars there is. I think I have almost all of them. Like from 1 year on that went online to sell. So also the yellow Porsche or the orange one. The one is already out of stock. So I have that one already. So yeah. I love, really most of them I love the cars. Yes.
Cars are good. Cars are very good. So moving from Lego to the Oops Factor, what do you have to share with us?
what I have to share is like life can throw you some stuff to you in work-based environments. I mean,
Okay.
for me, it's like I going to switch my whole career.
Wow.
During the pandemic, I came to think about what do I want to do after we will move sometime to another country, because that's our dream to move.
Okay.
And during the pandemic, it came closer and closer. It still is not ready there, but it's still getting closer that we will move from the Netherlands to another country. And then I was like, yeah, everything I do in the Netherlands is on work base, is all on the law of the Dutch law. So I was like, yeah, I cannot do that well away. So you need to have something else. So it's never too late to start learning something else. For me, it is a Power Platform that I'm going to learn now. So take the opportunity to think about what you have already on your career. Do you still want that, or do you want to switch? And don't be scared to change, because it's
So
scary. But
what's the biggest or the scariest part of all of this for you?
the scariest thing is, for me, it's still giving presentations, because I started with learning Power Platform, and I think 3 months later I signed up for a session. And I was like scared as fuck for that. So, and I'm still learning, and I'm going also for certification for Power Platform fundamentals,
Right.
so that I can maybe get a job. Well, I can show them like, hey guys, I have learned something and I want to go further there, and I want to learn more and more and work in the expertise of Power Platform. And the specializing I do not have yet. So I will see what it gets me, and I
Sure.
want to have further, and I want to have a job eventually in that spectrum. I mean, I'm doing now in the Dutch law administrative stuff like financial department. So that kind of debt collection, but before court.
Okay. Just for the record, by the way, the session that you delivered was amazing. It was really, really good. Nobody would ever have guessed it was your first, session that you were delivering.
Thank you. Yeah, I was scared there. I was a little bit fast. I'm still learning, and every session I do now, a little bit extra, because every time I have a little bit extra to tell about my journey to be a citizen developer.
Yeah. I remember the first time that I presented. Well, it was actually the second time. The first time I presented was at a small user group, and thankfully I had Keith Watling there to distract me from everybody else in the room. But the second time was a webinar, and my external monitor went on the blink, and I ended up just throwing it out the window, which helped me because I felt very relieved for it, and apparently was a good talking point for the audience who quite appreciated it. So
Cool.
if say you would go back 5 years, what advice would you give to yourself 5 years ago?
Don't be
Because obviously you say
stubborn.
now you're looking, there's the potential to move and such. Could this have happened 5 years back? What advice would you have
Yes.
given, or even preparing yourself?
I could do this 5 years back, but I was a stubborn girl, so I was always telling people, I don't need IT. I don't want to go there because I have a husband. I have Eldred for this, and he will tell me what to do. And most people I know told me already, why are you not going in IT? I was always saying, no, not me. So 5 years ago, I needed to stop my stubbornness and just went through it. Then I was further than I'm now. So maybe earlier in my career path, I want to go now.
That makes sense. Lots of us can be stubborn about lots of things in life.
Yes.
It's the benefit of hindsight. And then we say, if only we had done it then. If only we had changed. Yeah, I agree with
Yes.
that. So obviously now, you're switching over to IT and you're studying certifications, which are great because certifications are really important, to show that you've started studying something. And I fully support those sort of things.
Yes.
What would your advice be to other people who are possibly looking to change in life or a bit fed up with what they're doing and don't know what to do?
Look on your site. What do you love most, or what do you interest in, like for doing stuff? Could you make something out of that that could possibly turn to a job? And if it could, go for it, because if you don't do it and you stuck on your place, you won't get further and you get depressed and you get a lot of other demons. And to make sure you don't get that, choose for yourself and go for where your passion is at. But could also be not in work environment, but also in a hobby or in stuff like that.
That is
So
true.
what do you like? Just go for it and do it.
So if somebody really likes eating ice cream, would you recommend that they become a professional ice cream tester?
Yes, why not? I think there are already jobs for that, to test ice creams. I
There are
heard it
indeed.
already. I mean, why we get ice cream in the store or at somewhere place else? Everyone needs to make some ice cream. There still need people to test it if people will like it, yes or no. So I think
Yes,
there is a job for the testers. So
there are indeed. I know that with certain perfumes and with certain foods, you have people who smell it or taste it, and they have insurance policies, and it's
yes,
crazy how much their taste buds or their sense of smell is insured for.
yes, you could try it, but I know there you need to have some certain things in your body already to be that kind of person. But you can also, if you cannot make as a tester or taster or something, you can also look for another side of doing something similar with that, or that could connect with the thing you want to do but could not do it because of a disability or something like that. So
That is true.
work maybe around it, and then you can also learn something new.
Indeed, indeed. And learning is, something we do every day. We try to do every day to learn something new, to apply it to our own lives, whether professionally or personally. So I asked you what advice you would give to yourself, if you went back 5 years in time, what advice would you say give to yourself if you could travel forward 5 years in time? Or what would you say? What would you want to be doing then?
Honest answer, I don't know. I will see. I hope I will have a job already a few years in IT. I hope we moved already from the Netherlands to another country, and we are happy there. So that's the hope I have. And
of course, you hope that there's plenty of ice cream.
yes, of course, ice cream is also great though, or Lego.
Okay. So Lego or ice cream?
Lego.
Okay. But if there was ice cream, what's your favorite flavor?
Pistache.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. I don't know many people who go for pistachio ice cream. Okay.
Yeah. Or
That
it's chocolate, or it's vanilla with chocolate sauce, or it's hazelnut. So
Hazelnut's nice.
yes.
Brilliant. Well, Angelique, thank you so much for your time in coming on the show.
Yes, thank you for having me.
It was a great pleasure. Viewers, we hope
Yes.
that you've enjoyed the episode and taken some valuable lessons around things like Lego and ice cream and incidentally jobs and careers with you. Feel free to check out the rest of the Oops Factor playlist, subscribe to the channel and take a look at the blog. And if you would like to come on the show, hit the link in the description below, fill in your details, and I'd love to have you on. But above all, have a wonderful day.